Sean Zattel here with my man Ali Feliz, undefeated heavyweight prospect, two-time national champion, won the Olympic gold at the Olympic trials, and won silver at the Pan Am Games, which is one of the toughest tournaments there is in the amateurs. Ali, man, you're in action on the ESPN Plus undercard for Oshaki Foster's rematch with Robson Conceição. First six-round fight. Man, what could you tell me heading into this fight? How are you feeling? How's training? How's improving
Yeah,
going early in your career?
I'm feeling great, man. I'm feeling better than ever. This is my first 6 round fight, so I was pushing the conditioning more, pushing everything more, eating better, all that. So I feel in great shape and ready to show out on November 2nd.
Well, just watching tape, man. I guess you're considered in today's era what's a small heavyweight, but fast
Mhm.
hands, good skills. Before we talk about the journey in heavyweight, you ever thought of getting down to 200 at cruiserweight, or is it going to be heavyweight forever?
I haven't thought about it yet, but it's right there. It wouldn't be a bad cut, but the heavyweights. I like the big guys, man. I like fighting the big guys.
Well, how do you think? And we've seen a guy like Usyk come up from cruiserweight in this era of big guys and get
Mhm.
it done. Why do you think you could have similar success as a guy who's not going to be the biggest heavyweight?
Yeah, it's all about heart. I got the heart. I got the work ethic. I put in the work, and I feel like I could be at the top of this game for sure.
Yeah, man. I know you're you're managed by Jay Prince, right?
Yeah.
So I know he's got some good heavyweights in his stable: Ife Ajagba, Jared Anderson. Have
hmm
you sparred with those guys, or who's some names the fans might know that you've worked with?
Yeah, I sparred with Jared. We did for my first pro fight. I did camp over there in Houston, and he was getting ready for his fight too. So we were working together, and he's a beast too, man. He's a dog.
Was that helping him get ready for this most recent fight with Bacoli?
No, it was I forgot his name. It was the one right before it.
Mary, Riyadh Mary.
Yeah, Mary. Yeah, it was
How-
right.
I know. How'd you do, man? Were you able to hold your own with a guy who's got a lot more professional fights, but were you able to hold your own in there and get Jared's respect?
Yeah, it was definitely great work, man. We pushed each other. So I definitely held my own and we did great, both of us.
Now, when I look back at the amateur record, there's a 4 year gap from 2016 to 2020.
Yeah.
What was going on? Did you step away from boxing before coming back in 2020?
It was just hard to get fights. I was in 2016, I forgot I was probably like 13, 14 at a heavyweight. So especially here in Connecticut, nobody really wanted to take the fight and it was hard. That's why I finally got to go to nationals and stuff. Once I started that, it got way easier.
What was coming up in Connecticut like as opposed to other places on the East Coast like New York or New Jersey or Pennsylvania? What was that like?
There's not that much boxing here. It's only really me, my brother, my dad. There wasn't too much boxing. So it was a little tough on that side, but New York's not that far, so we get good work over there. Just not that much heavyweights.
So is that what you guys would do was go to even Philly or New York and get some work?
Yeah, for sure. We like to drive wherever we could get work, we'll drive to it, man.
So then coming up in Connecticut where there's not a lot of boxing, what made you want to fight?
My dad, he was a pro fighter. He was a pro boxer. He was I think 20, 25 and 9, I'm not sure, as a heavyweight. He trained with the Klitschko brothers for years, and so he had a lot of experience. He didn't want me to fight though. That's the funny part. But as I got older, I just picked it up, me and my brother. So
Well, is it just like admiring your dad and you kind of love the sport from the outside looking in and he couldn't stop you from doing it or yeah, what
yeah,
got you in that ring?
exactly that. I loved it, man. The first time I put on gloves, I got in the ring and I sparred. I was like, I tell you, the first time I sparred, I was probably like, I'll say 9, 10 years old, and my dad put me to spar with an 18-year-old because I kept bugging him saying I wanted to box, I wanted to box. So he threw me in there, and I beat the 18-year-old up, man, at 10 years old. So right there, he was like, "Oh, okay, I see what's going on here." But But yeah, it's just the love for the sport, it's something you can't take away.
That's crazy. That's some old school throw your ass in the deep end, learn how to swim.
Yeah, exactly, man. He fought in the '90s, so that's how they were, I guess. So
What was it? How big was the dude? Were you the same size because you were a big kid, or was he bigger than
yeah,
you?
yeah. I was already a big kid, so he wasn't that much bigger than me, but had
And
the age gap for sure.
I'm assuming he had some amateur experience too, right? This dude you're working with, or
Yeah, yeah. I think he had a couple amateur fights already, and I didn't have none, but yeah,
had you been taught the basics yet, or was it just like you're oh, okay, okay, yeah.
yeah, 100%. My dad, he didn't want us to fight, but he always taught us how to defend ourselves, and for sure.
Man, how did that young man, not even a kid, how'd that young man take that? Do you remember his reaction? You
He didn't take it too good. He didn't go back to the gym after that one, man. Haven't heard of him since, but
you ruined his dreams, bro. You ruined his he may have had a dream in this sport too, man. He said if I'm losing to a 10-year-old, I gotta hey, you may have done him a
hey,
favor, right? You let him know this may not be for you.
yeah, that's how we could take it, I guess.
Did you get to meet the Klitschkos as a kid when your dad was working with them?
No, I didn't get to meet him because my dad was going out they were doing camps in Germany a lot. So he was always over there. He was always flying over there, but I didn't get to meet him yet, but hopefully soon I'll meet them.
To fans that are unfamiliar, how would you describe your style? What do you think your strong points are?
The combinations, man. I like to put a lot of combinations together, and you don't really see that in the heavyweight division. That's why I'm here. That's what I'm here to do.
Who are the guys you're studying and have studied the most?
I really like Holyfield, Vander Holyfield, as a shorter heavyweight, that's the one of the kings of combinations. He put nice shots together, so I study him a lot.
Yeah, man, and I think I saw what was it? My guy Broadway Joel. He revealing
Hmm.
that you're Dominicano, right?
Yeah, yeah, I'm Dominican, from
So
both parents.
from both okay. And was your dad from the Dominican Republic?
Yep, my dad is from Dominican Republic, but he moved here at a young age. So
Is that something you want to put on for, man? To get because we haven't had too many notable famous Dominican heavyweights.
yeah, I'm one of the first ones, man. Me and my brothers. So obviously my dad years ago, but I want to be the first Dominican heavyweight champion of the world.
Did you I know you won some big tournaments in the amateurs, but I didn't see a couple of the Olympian guys like Jamar Talley, Josh Edwards. You get a chance to work with those guys too down in Colorado
Yeah,
or something?
yeah, I was in camp with those guys for years, man. For I think the past 2 years, we are over there in camp getting good work together. Great guys, man. They pushed me for sure.
So I know it might be a little cliche, a little sentimental, but fighters there's a fire inside. Like right now you're being a gentleman, you're quiet, but
Mm.
can you talk about that fire inside that makes you a fighter?
Hey, man, it's just I don't know. It's weird. It's I'm a good guy. I like to talk to people and stuff. But once you get in the ring, it's a whole different person. It's a little cliche, like you said, but it's you see the fire and I don't know. It's a weird feeling, but you just turn into a whole different person when you're in that ring.
What's your so far just what's your favorite part of the process or part of the sport?
Um, I like the work, man. The discipline. You have to be disciplined in this game. Without discipline, you're nobody. So I like staying disciplined and putting the work together and then the outcome, of course, getting the win, seeing your results of all that hard work pay off.
Yeah, but do you think it's telling that you talked about the work before the outcome first? Like that bodes well for your foundation that you it's not just about the fight night and winning the fight, but you actually enjoy the tough part, getting ready for that. And I mean,
Oh yeah.
obviously the fight is the tough part too, but yeah.
Oh yeah, of course, man. You gotta enjoy it. If you're not enjoying it, you're in the wrong sport, man.
So how do you think? because you got two stablemates now with Top Rank, where Jared Anderson took a big step up in his mid 20s for Bacoli. Richard Torres is around the same age. He's getting moved a little slower in comparison. Maybe what do you think is the right way, the right development time period going forward, man? Do you want to take a couple years before you start thinking about a title, or not so much? What do you think?
Yeah, so having that amateur background of fighting, the top level guys and being in the ring with the top level guys, I feel like I already came in the game a little bit more ahead than more like first year people. So I don't know if whenever the time is ready, it's ready, but definitely in a couple few years, hopefully we'll be fighting for a title. I feel ready for sure.
Have you ventured to Las Vegas yet?
I went to Las Vegas when I met with Bob, but I didn't get to spar there yet. I definitely got to go down there and get some work.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, because I mean, you talked about it with Jared, and is there any other guys that you've sparred that the fans will know about?
Boxing wise, nah, not yet. Not yet. I definitely want to get in there with top guys. Should be fighting Zhang. I mean, not fighting, sparring Zhang soon.
Big Bang
He's
Shang.
over, yeah, he's
Yeah.
here in New York, so I should be working with him soon.
Have you gotten positive reviews from Jared, from Bob when he signed you? Have
Mhm.
they gave you the thumbs up so far that they think you got it?
Yeah, 100%. They've been motivating me a lot. Jared, he showed me a whole bunch of things, and he said I'm a great fighter. Bob also himself said I'm a great fighter, and I got a bright future. So just got to use all that to motivate me and keep pushing forward.
How much is your dad still a part of the process? Is he your trainer or is he
Yeah,
still in the camp? Okay.
he's my head coach. He's my head coach, yeah, for sure.
What do you think? What do you want to work on the most when you watch your tape right now?
Just keep putting punches together. Keep I'm working on a little bit more power. Getting a little stronger. Getting ready for those big guys, but keep my speed up there and keep those combinations together.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, but just hearing you talk about it, combinations keeps coming up, and
Yeah,
correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounds like you think that's going to be big against bigger guys with a slower output. That you're going to have to be the smaller guy, the quicker guy, the faster guy, and outworking them and getting off 2 or 3 to 1. Is that right?
yeah, exactly, man. That's exactly what it is. Those guys sometimes they're slow, so I got to use my speed and get them out there with my combos.
How do you deal with the physicality of? Well, I guess it'll be a great experience with Zhang, right? Like you'll get a real taste
Mhm.
of that. But how do you deal with the physicality of a guy that may outweigh you 30, 40 pounds, have 5 inches of height? How are you able to deal with that, you think?
Yeah, hey, they have two hands too, just like me, so they got probably the height advantage, but that doesn't mean too much. It's still same weight class, same two hands. So
Yeah, if I could boil down your philosophy, it would be not about the size of the dog in the fight, but the fight in the dog. Is that right?
100%. It sounds cliche, but yeah, that's exactly what I'm trying to go with, for sure.
Well, young man, I wish I had some more interesting questions to throw your way, but I think that's about all I got. But I will be tuning in, keeping an eye on the card early November 2nd when you fight in your fourth pro fight. If there's any jewels you want to drop on the boxing world, anything you want to say, man, please let it be known.
Yeah, just stay tuned on November 2nd, Top Rank on ESPN Plus. Should be fighting on. I'm gonna put on a great show, man. I've been working hard, so tune in for sure.
Thank you, man. Oh, are you gonna talk to Tim Bradley at ringside after you get a W like you did your last fight? You gonna do that again, or?
Hopefully, man. Hopefully, I have a little convo with him, a little chat.
All right, man. Hey, Ali, nice meeting you, man. Catching up with you. Looking forward to seeing you fight as you go forward, man. Thanks for your time.
Thank you. Nice meeting you, man. Thank you for having me.